Journal entry, 14th of the month of May, in the year of our Lord 1160. Evil times beget strong men, and alas, these are evil times. The eastern nobles have risen up against us, even as their lands are ravaged by plagues. Montpellier, Béziers, and Uzès I would have expected, but Gévaudan? Archambault is my blood of my house, and was it not his father who served so faithfully under my father and me? There is a rot in this branch of the family, but this is a matter for another time. My father's work had been to defeat the evil of hell that had dwelled in the forest of Albi. My work is to defeat the evil that dwells in the hearts of men, and return order to the kingdom and glory to its court. The army stands ready. We have beaten back the French and the Lithuanians, and we shall deal with those rebels as well, who care not for the well-being of their subjects, but only their own desires. There are certainly some branches of the de Villeron dynasty which are behaving less than expected of them. We have Gila de Villeron, daughter of Count Raoulf and the sister of my cousin Count Borel, who is a fornicator and who has multiple children out of wedlock with their provenance unknown, but given certain traits have been observed, the father might not have been the brightest in the land. Then, of course, we have the curious case of Margarida de Villeron, daughter of Count Antoine, who is married to her nephew, the son of Count Archambault of Gévaudan, who has just decided to rise up against me, and the two of them have children together. So yeah, there's that. Then we have Bertrand de Villeron, who would have made a better count in my opinion. So a lot of rot has been allowed to establish itself, and this not the least was part of the reason why things have gotten out of hand so badly. Now we do have to finish up the war against the French, and we will have to see if conquering Auvergne or Aurillac at the last part of the Duchy of Auvergne is finally going to get us towards the objective marker, because that's the one I need to tick up. Then we just need to defend against any more enemy incursions. So the French are trying to rebuild their forces, obviously, and we'll see who else was involved in this war. Sorry, it's been a moment since I've been recording. That didn't work. Okay. Found a bug. Tarragona. And two more, I believe. But so Tarragona and Lithuania. Lithuania has been beaten badly, and they have vast numbers of archers, but nothing else. So they're not actually that much of a threat. Right, so it's really just mostly the French that we have to deal with. But our troops shall be ready. And for now, we are clearing the last. We're finishing up the siege and clearing up the last resistance in this area, and then we will deal with the rebels in the eastern counties. Of course, with the uprising, troops have left the Second Army of Malvageois, and my chancellor, who has been rising up against me, is no longer dealing with his duties. So Dodon de Poissy shall become my new chancellor, and he is the next most. Kostakov is already my steward, so I don't want to reassign him, unless I have somebody who is better in stewardship than him. But that's not the case. So I'd rather take Dodon de Poissy and get him in there. All right, everyone else still looking good. Yes, we have my court poet has become infirm, unfortunately, and as such is doing a terrible job. And that it would have been, yeah, we might reassign somebody in a future date, because we do need to spread the glory of the court a little bit more. But okay, we've got the chancellor position sorted out, and I think we are going to switch to bestowing of royal favors, because that is actually increasing vassal opinions quite a bit, instead of the domestic affairs. And this has actually become available, I believe, since we actually have the court. Oh, we have to get a specific vassal. Oh, so that's not general, so that's a specific action. Okay. So who do we have who's still loyal to us? Obviously, Ogier the Stout. We have Carcassonne, who hates us with a passion, and then we have Montpellier, who has risen up, with Gévaudan, who's risen up, Borel, Béziers, Uzès, who's risen up, Cahors and Castelsaransin. So I think probably Carcassonne would be that we need to convince not to join. So I will get my apologies if you can hear it, but it has been raining heavily non-stop outside since yesterday. So we will be working on Carcassonne to see if we can get him. In case my spy master doesn't find anything else, at least we can get him to be loyal to us. All right. Meanwhile, we're finishing up the siege, and then we will see. Oh, there comes the first army of Uzès and the first army of Béziers. Well, I think we will be dealing with them rapidly. Gévaudan is the most looks like the most promising, and it looks like Castle Milhaud, Duke Ogier's residence, is going to be the first to come under siege. But we have taken the duchy, and with that we have taken some prisoners. So now we can deal with these rebels. We've got who are you? The daughter of the mayor, and we have Bernard de Pontieux. I don't know who he is, but the mayor was okay. Pay for a hook. All right, I'll take it. And Baron de Pontieux. He is a capable intrigant, but I do have my sister who takes care of these things, and who I shall not replace. So, especially not with somebody I've never seen before. So, well, we'll release him, and maybe he will become useful in the future. So, time to deal with the rebels here. First, what do they have under their command? That is a. Oh yeah, I've changed this, by the way. Somebody mentioned this on an episode a long time ago that actually you have to middle click. So give me a second to get used to that. They do have a fair few light cavalry, but that's not going to do them any good. And we've got Montpellier as well. So fair numbers that we will have to reduce. But we will begin. We will see where Montpellier is moving. The larger armies are my first concern. So let us move towards Milhaud, and then we will start from there, depending on where they are moving to in order to besiege. And there we have them. We have them released, and with that, we might actually accost them up in the north here, while the armies are moving out towards Aragon. Well, talking about which, Al-Andalus has shattered, and the Holy Roman Empire is dealing with internal unrest as well. So definitely evil times, and the leadership or lack thereof of the church is not helping. So now it still says we haven't held any objectives, but we do need to deal with the rebels, lest we get distracted by Unless we get distracted by France. Let's see if we can accost them here. Or if they can get away first. Let's see. And encourage development in Toulouse. Well done, Queen Valence. Who see? It's all about meritocracy and less so about Gévaudan is not the best. It's not the best terrain for us to fight them, though. But we shall see if we can accost them. I think even though in the forest they have the advantage, I think we will deal with them rather rapidly. And we have captured Geoffrey, one of my cousin's knights. He is not particularly skilled as a knight, but he is. He is a good man. Let that be said about him. But and he is noble of the House of Toulon. So let's see if anybody is willing. No, nobody would accept that. But I think we will recruit him. Actually, having a good man like him in our service is, if he accepts, is going to be of advantage. So Gévaudan has been defeated on the field, and it looks like we will have to. Well, where do we simply start besieging Gévaudan at this point? I think we have to deal with the first army of Berry first. So who are they? What are they bringing along? A fair number of horsemen. So the French have once more reconstituted their armies, and we are weakened from the infighting. That means we'll be going about this carefully once more and see if we can accost them in the hills to negate their advantage. But they might be going towards Thiers, and we will see. Or are they going for Clermont-Ferrand? That might actually be possible. Let's see if we can accost them in the hills before they make their way out of there. And can we catch them? Yes, we have caught them in the hills. So that means their armored horsemen are at somewhat of a disadvantage. But our heavy cavalry is significantly better than theirs, and our infantry as well. So their spearmen and their light foot and their light horse do not do an awful lot of damage. Their armored horse is what we have to deal with, but it is a terrain that is less than advantageous for them. And Ogier the Stout is a very skilled commander. We have a high advantage, so I think we can once again deal with them relatively decisively. There we go. And we have captured. We have once again taken prisoners. Who we got? Mayor Jean of Crépy. We shall let him. We shall have the customary ransom. The Baron of Étampes, same thing here, and Duke Etienne himself, the leader of the enemy armies. So that means they have been, they have been wiped out very comprehensively once more. And obviously the same goes for him. He shall be released on ransom, as we are all men of honor here, and shall behave as such. So that brings us back to. Oh, they are moving towards Toulouse. So I think if they are to besiege Toulouse, then we shall return there. However, okay, now we're starting to get the war score, right? So we now only have to defend against any further incursions. We do not have to besiege any other castles outside. So instead, we shall move, and Tarragona can be mostly ignored for now. So we shall move towards Toulouse to accost Montpellier and Béziers on the field of battle as well. And just checking if there's anything important that I need to worry about. Okay, they have apparently gotten word from our victory and are moving towards Beaumont-sur-Lez. Beaumont-sur-Lez is coming under siege, yes. So that will not be easy. So that these fortifications have been strengthened. There's obviously still waiting for reinforcements from Béziers, but they shall be accosted on the field. Meanwhile, my daughter Matilda has been born, and my second child, thanks to my beautiful queen Valence of Toulouse. And let's have a quick look at her. And she as well seems to be blessed. So we will have my queen educate her, so she can pass on some of her knowledge, as she is, after all, the royal architect. So that is good news, and it relieves my wife, who has just given birth, from the duties. All right, the army's siege against Beaumont-sur-Lez is not going to have gotten very far by the time we get there, and we shall write them down and crush them on the fields as well. Jean de Sablé has died of old age, my caravan master, unfortunately. So we will have to and as such, the king's beast in the plains has been passed on to Guichard de Nice, and he is a bit of an evil man, unfortunately. But that means we probably have to find a new successor again. Yeah. I don't think we have one. King's Beast of the Plains. Dodon would match. So if we get him, yes. And then we can unforce him again. So he is the new holder of that accolade. All right, their light horse, armored footmen, and light footmen are no match for us, and we shall shatter their forces in the fields. And we once again have captured somebody. Who do we have? We've got Ermengo, a zealous opportunist. Him as well. We might be able to use. So let's recruit him as a capable knight to our court. And Amaneus de Rouvray, I am not interested. He's an intrigant and a treacherous man. So we shall simply get a hook out of him. And then, so if the knights who have been fighting unwillingly, who've been fighting unwillingly, are going to join my cause, that is of advantage. The plague seems to be receding, so I think soon we can emerge from seclusion. And once again, Beaumont-sur-Lez has been successful. All of this weakens the kingdom, obviously, and this much more this much more it pains me that we have to do such actions. But yet again, the blood is on the hand of the traitors and not on mine. Finally, the plague has left the realm, and we must take this as an opportunity to rise from the chaos left in its wake. We must spare no expense to rebuild. Yeah, we definitely have the war chest for it by now. So 5 years we get 2 development growth per month. That is good news. Development in Toulouse is at 34. It could be higher, but we're almost done with promoting the culture in Quercy. So once that's completed, then we can shift again to improving development in the cities and in the castles. All right, let's see if we can accost them here, and we can. And the promotion of culture task has finished, while we're quickly wiping out Guillaume de Toulon here. These are Uzes's forces. What is going on here? Why is Borel raising his own troops? Is he coming to my aid potentially? That would be more than welcome. But for now, we're going to get the steward to increase development in Toulouse, and with that we are once again making progress. All right, and yes, it looks like friendly. It looks like Milot is getting besieged. Hang on, Milot is under Duke Augiers. Why is it getting besieged by Borel's forces. I am not entirely certain. They are marked as neutral. So, these are not uprising. I am not entirely certain what's happening, but we shall take Gévaudan. Maybe there's an internal conflict going on? Yeah, let's see. Maybe this is yet another war. So if Rouergue has declared war by itself... Rouergue is... Okay, hang on. Milot is under Duke Ogier. Oh, it's my cousin himself who rises up against his... against Auvergne. Okay. Oh... And we have to deal with armies in the north once more. So more from we'll have to deflect the French. So the infighting inside my dynasty continues, and that is less than fortunate. So it seems that we have to bring the rebellion under control first and deal with the French. We do not have time yet to get involved in another war, but it seems that Rouergue is about to take Milot from Auvergne, which does make sense, but we could have probably negotiated that rather than decided it on the field of battle. But these are difficult times. So we can now emerge from seclusion as well, and we are no longer in a position of how is that afflicted our control? Yeah, control is looking bad, obviously, but it's not. Thiers and Auvergne are the worst affected. The rest is minor. Okay, so we'll have multiple things to deal with. We do eventually have to besiege Gévaudan and retake Gévaudan to us, but we also have to deal with the French forces. So let's once again move north towards into the hills, and we'll have to take a look at what they bring. Okay, they have no knights. Okay, we will simply accost them because they have no. Actually, they are moving towards Clermont-Ferrand. Okay, my sister has been giving message that despite our best efforts, we have not uncovered any secrets at the court. We'll give it one more try and see if she can find anything. How is the diplomatic task coming along in Carcassonne? This is vassal opinion increases up to 100. So where is it? Do we see it already, or does it need to be finished first? No, it probably has to be finished first. All right, we'll deal with the French here, and then we will besiege Gévaudan and get it back under our control. Let's see if we can catch them before they escape. So my forces should be somewhat faster. They have swelled in numbers, and brought in some camels, but their archers have been wiped out rapidly. One morning, as I am getting ready to face the day, my hostage Rogier approaches me. Master Enric, we found this while exploring the castle yesterday. You should have it. He hands over a small, tattered coin pouch. It makes a jingling sound. I think I shall. He is my nephew, so sort of. He is my cousin's son, I think. Yeah. So I will ask him to keep it and make good use of it. We have captured yet another more. Oh, we have captured a lot of combatants. So let's get everybody ransomed who can be ransomed. Okay, we'll have to do it individually. So we'll ransom him, and we'll ransom him. We've got Guillaume of Toulouse, and he's useless, so we shall simply release him for a hook. We have someone from Prague, and we shall release him for a hook as well. And somebody of House Calabijan, who I have, who is this skilled scholar. He's also ill though, and he is deceitful. So we shall simply release him as well. Okay, so that has been once again a significant victory. And now we can move on Gévaudan and hopefully begin putting down this uprising for good. With the ransoms coming in, we are making a decent amount of coin, but as the war keeps going on, I do not think that we are in a position to necessarily start building things just yet. I would like to preserve my war chest while we take over Gévaudan. And there are more. Yep, the French are once again on the move. So I'm not sure we will actually have the time to finish the siege of Gévaudan before the French once again make a move. Yeah, they're going to be here again before we get to it. So, okay, next army of France that needs to be repelled, and they are moving towards Auvergne. Okay, then we shall go through Carla and see where we can accost them. Are they? Let's see where we can catch them. This is the French main army, so once again we are dealing with the cavalry, and Gévaudan has raised his troops once more as we are busy chasing down the French who are moving towards Toulouse. And are they running away? They seem to be running away. Bravely run away, or are they? No, they are not returning. They are running away. All right, back to Gévaudan it is, and the French have escaped for now, left the field of battle in dishonor. So we shall return to Gévaudan and deal with the situation there, while more allies, by the looks of it, are being called into the infighting inside of the kingdom. There are indeed terrible times where brother has to fight brother, and we will begin the siege of Gévaudan and get it back under our control. Well, meanwhile, the fact that we are controlling the duchy in the north, and the French are not capable of doing much about it, is ticking in our favor, and eventually honor will demand that the French king shall relinquish the victory to us. That said, the army has been reconstituted, and they look like they are once again on the move. So once again, unfortunately, we have to abandon the task and move our troops. Meanwhile, Navarre of Toulouse, whose marriage to Ludwig, my brother-in-law, has given a birth to a son, and Dumanche, may he grow strong and wise. So we do have to actually have a quick look there if there are any children at court who are in need of guardians. Yeah, actually a fair amount of them. Okay, so we've got Dumanche de Toulouse. He needs to have a guardian, not me. He shall be educated by his father. I'm just going to get the guardian set up, and then we'll return to the action. All in all, a new generation of strong and handsome knights is coming to pass. The son of Adrien de Coligny, one who is my knight, and his wife, the beautiful Brigida de Rouvray of House Rouvray, is one of the latest additions to our growing court. Just double checking, yes, we have Instillment of Virtue, which is, I think, although my wet nurse only at this point is average, we don't have anyone better, so that's just something we need to deal with. Meanwhile, there is a peasant uprising in the north as well, so as long as they stay out of Clermont-sur-Allier, then that is all well and good. Meanwhile, we have to deal with the first army of Berry, which is once again bringing fresh French troops he is managing this financially to replenish these losses. The Kingdom of France, after all, is a much bigger country than Toulouse, so the French army keeps raising new troops and preventing us from being able to deal with the uprisings here decisively. Meanwhile, okay, so also that's that's a one-off, and it increases the favor by it increases his opinion by 7. Okay, so that basically means we need to run this in a loop. I think it's probably better to just deal with domestic affairs, and yeah, this is going to take forever. We'll just do domestic affairs and get things under control that way. All right, where are the French moving? We'll wait for them in Carlat for now. We'll see if they're willing to give battle, and or if they are. No, they are moving into Aurillac. So let's see then if we can. I don't think we can accost them in Figeac, unfortunately. So well, let us see where the French are moving, and we've my sister has finally found out who is trying to kill Charles, my father's best friend, and my bodyguard. It was Eleonora, my seneschal, the loathsome fiend. So that means we have to deal with that situation. Eleonora, I'm pretty sure we can have. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have other people who are capable of doing this. She is the wife of Payon, my tutor, but she is also a criminal, and as such, is that an act of tyranny? She has been found a murderer. Okay, at least the scheme has been abandoned. Not entirely certain. Well, she hasn't murdered anyone. She's just attempted to murder someone. So I guess we'll just have to live with it. Okay, yep, that seems to be what it is. All right, so first let's see where the French are moving towards, and where they are. Okay, they are besieging Aurillac, so that's where we shall accost them then, and deal with them decisively, I hope, despite their relatively large numbers. So once again, I think the skill of Ogier de Stout is going to be one of the decisive factors here. And we actually pay minus 25% men at arms maintenance. Queen Valence is doing a stellar job as my queenie, and I think I will have to pay some attention to her. We haven't found anything in the court. All right, we'll have a final loop while we are wiping the French off the map here. Battle of Auvergne has been decided, and we have gained a level of fame. And once again, captured a nobleman, Baron Gilbert, I think. Right, we shall relieve here. We shall send him back, and they are besieging Foix now. So that's what we will deal with next, after the slaughter of Auvergne, and we are otherwise we are all in good shape. So who do we have now? Oh, Mushin Jamalid, my bodyguard. It comes as a complete surprise. So he's becoming, he is a bit paranoid, but and he's become irritable. Yes. Okay. I lose some stress from that. So while we've pushed back the French, we do now have to relieve Foix and deal with once again the usurping armies. The war against France should hopefully soon come to an end, and we are engaged in mercenaries are engaged in Foix. So So things are getting out of hand quite quickly in how the everything disintegrates and everybody starts looking out for their own things. I'm still smiling at a joke my Chancellor Dodon made at this morning's council session when Count Pierre Bernard catches my arm. I've been meaning to talk to you. I know you feel much affection for him, but really, a place on the council, no matter how good of a Chancellor he is, this insult is plain to see. You are not qualified. No. He is a noble of House Percy, and he is the most qualified. And we would definitely not make him councillor. This is giving me disgruntled vassals for 5 years. But a king picks his own council, and you, my good man, are in no way qualified for this. All right. So we have joined the battle there in Foix and dealt with whatever was left. So now, hopefully, we can finally get back to Gévaudan after we have been crossing the lands back and forth multiple times here, and get these wars over with. And the French have been spotted once more, and they are coming back for more. So we'll see if we can complete. No. We can't. we would lose control over Auvergne if we let the French complete their siege there. So once more, we have to beat them back, and end the siege there before we can do anything else. Meanwhile, I'm pleased to finally hear someone appreciating Dodon. In a dusty corner of the library, I find a tome, bound in leather and inscribed with strange symbols, partially hidden behind other books. It is old, but has clearly seen some recent use. As I leaf through it, I quickly come to the realization that it deals with some unconventional knowledge. I know this book. It is something my father had discovered and had added to the library. And it explains much about the evil that had lurked in the kingdom. We will definitely be reading that. Meanwhile, we are moving to join battle against the French once more in Auvergne, and we are dealing with them once again decisively. Although one of my knights has been maimed, I believe. Let's have a quick look. Guichard de Nice, my acclaimed knight, has lost an eye. Well, it could be worse. He's still got another one, but we have dealt with. We have slain two of the enemy knights, and we have, I think, with that once again captured enemy combatants. Count Jo and Count Benoit. You shall be ransomed as is customary. And do we need to deal with Tarragona again, or can we finally work towards Gévaudan? I think we will simply move on Gévaudan. Tarragona is not strong enough to pose a threat, and Montpellier is moving south towards Aragon for now, probably to raise some mercenaries or other. But we shall deal with the situation. But first, my steward, my chancellor, is coming up, and he found that Guillaume of Uzès his contract obliges him to more than you have collected. Hang on, they should all have the same contract. I mean, we're fighting with these people anyway. So, where is Uzès? Count Guillaume of Uzès. Can I see the? I can't look at the contract. We could increase his feudal taxes, but I'm reasonably certain that that everyone's got the same tax rate. So just let it slide for now. I don't want to mess around with the feudal contracts at this point. I don't know what keeps on popping in and out here. Maybe it's the vassals. Oh, we've got Gévaudan, Uzès, and Béziers are going to go to Foix again, are they? There's simply no end to this. We could split off besiegers, but that would be very risky because if the French come in, okay, let's. The French come in. They could take us. They could take us on one by one without us being able to join forces. So I'd rather not. But these are enough troops to besiege Foix. So let's see what they're doing, and if they are going to begin the siege of Foix, or where they are moving instead. So meanwhile, we are simply going to continue the siege of Gévaudan. But yeah, they've definitely been rallying their. They're besieging Foix again. So Gévaudan 3 months, Foix 9 months so far. Okay, we can complete Gévaudan before we are relieving Foix. My son is rowdy. Okay, never a dull moment indeed. Can we do some education on him in the meantime? Not yet. They're still too little. The fact that King Benoit the Craven of France, even with the help of his mighty allies, has not been able to win a single battle in the field, means that his reputation has suffered enough that we can enforce our demands, and we will increase our legitimacy to rightful. And with that, we're Duke Ogier the Stout in his old age, who has fought so hard and has been the most honorable and the most true of all my uncles, is finally in control and sees the duchy completed. So we shall enforce our demands, and that so be it. We have completed that. We have gained legitimacy. We are the rightful ruler, but there are still some vassals who would want us to be the true ruler of the kingdom, and who do not yet see the glory that we have. So we don't want to change this vassal contract. We are going to finish the siege of Gévaudan, and then we shall relieve Foix, and hopefully that'll also deal a rapid blow to the uprisings here. Now that we do not have to worry about France anymore, I think we can bring that to an end relatively quickly. I am sparring with one of my soldiers, sweat beading on my forehead, when I experience the uncanny sensation of being watched. Looking over my shoulder, I spot my knight Ermengarde, who waves at me. I walk over to greet him. We talk about our weapon practice for a while, trading tricks and advice. Just as I am about to leave for another round, his face lights up and he suggests we practice together. Challenge accepted. I think I can. The sound of axes clashing echoes between the courtyard walls. All eyes are on us. Everyone wants to see their king fighting his knight. The crowd applauds as I lunge, and their admiration makes me bold. Instead of pulling back, I attempt a new technique I have been practicing. The movements flow through me and into my axe as if we were one. He's defenseless before me. Let's end it here. Well fought, my knight, indeed. So we have gained some prestige from all of that. We are at illustrious already at this point after what we've done. And yet many more things are still to come. So France has been defeated. Toulouse has been made whole, and we have the Duchy of Auvergne is under control of Duke Ogier the Stout, and I hold Toulouse and Languedoc myself. So with that, the kingdom of Toulouse has been made whole, and we just have to deal with the rebellious uprising here.